Welcome to a very special edition of The Barn. I'm videotaping the barn today at the Norfolk Botanical Garden because I have a very special guest. My guest today is Daniel Kathalynas. He was at one time the resident artist here at Norfolk Botanical Garden. Daniel is a renowned artist, known nationally and of course internationally. And I'd like you to come with me as we interrupt Daniel. Hopefully he'll give us some time to talk to me. All righty? Come on, let's go visit with him.
All types
Morning,
of plants.
Daniel. May I interrupt you for a minute?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. So, tell me about who you are and why you are and all of that.
Well, my name is Daniel Kathalynas, and I'm originally from Pennsylvania, but I'm an artist, and I was call myself the roaming artist. I roam around to different places, places like Japan, Italy, Europe, America, across the country, and I create artwork on film. I talk to other artists, and I really enjoy the connection of people. And right now I'm here in Virginia Beach, Norfolk area, working on a commission. I put up an exhibition just recently, and it went well, and I was offered an exhibition here after I sent all the artwork back to New Mexico. So my challenge now is called Accelerated Apotheosis. That's the name of the exhibition, and the challenge is how much artwork I could create within 30 days to fill Baker Hall at the Norfolk Botanical Garden.
So, tell me about this upcoming exhibit at Baker's Hall in Norfolk Botanical Garden. Why Norfolk Botanical Gardens?
Norfolk Botanical Garden is my home, really. I was the first resident artist here. I worked and lived on the property for over 3.5 years. I have a deep connection in creativity with the Norfolk Botanical Garden, meaning when I started here, I was an artist and a musician, and I like to create things, painting, sculpture, stuff like that. But when I started to live here and work on the property, I realized the natural cycle of the world, and I took that inside myself, meaning that everything is sprouting, growing, flowering, withering, seeding, moving back into the process once again. And that has really inspired my artwork for many years now, and it's taken me on a journey to self, really. What am I in this earth? What am I on this planet?
Wow, Daniel, that's pretty heavy-duty spiritual. That's like me and my respect for the Mother Earth, you know? Have you always been a very spiritual person?
Yes, most of my life. I would say when I was very young, I was basically brought up by, when I was very young, I was brought up in a way that was unhealthy, I would say. Alcoholism, drug addiction, and since I had help of friends that helped me grow into a different lifestyle, a lifestyle where I'm free and clean of those things, I began to realize that there's something greater than I. And not only just greater than I, that I am part of this greatness too. Although it's not coming from the ego, it's coming from the allowing. And when I allow myself to feel this and allow myself to move into this process of believing and understanding, I see more and more of this in my life in real substance. Not just thoughts and beliefs, but I see it actually happen in my life.
Wow, not just ego, but allowing. That I think that says it all, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, ego is for me like control. I want to get involved and control things and move things into position for me. But that's not what this place is about. Does the tree control the place that it's planted? Do the animals control all the environment that's around them? They don't. But I am part of this natural cycle. I am part of it and more than it. And when I move away from control, I realize just how much I could receive. So in other words, I heard things like sayings like giving and taking. That's unreal to me. It's giving and receiving. You see, I have to be open. This is an inside job. It's not a job for me to make sure I take. It's a job of receiving something that I didn't have before.
I saw your work in Hawaii, and I thought I think you were inspired by the indigenous people of Hawaii. If you know, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh no, it wasn't in Hawaii. I've done pieces around Hawaii, but not in it.
Oh, okay, off Hawaii, right?
Yeah, surround. It's like the interpretation of Hawaii, especially the volcanic nature.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I was really moved by those pieces because obviously you really got involved in that while you were painting it.
Thank you, thank you. That there is a particular piece called Creation's Third Bough, and that's here at the Norfolk Botanical Garden. It's actually owned by them. They purchased it for their collection. It's a triptych, and that piece is inspired by the volcanic nature of Hawaii. In other words, this is the place where ground and land meets water. This is the place where it's actually being built in front of your eyes. Now, I've never been there in person, but my mentor was Hawaiian, native Hawaiian, and so a close friend of mine is native Hawaiian, and I love to talk to them about their philosophy, their culture, and how they attribute themselves to the land and spiritually the connection between the two.
Wow, Daniel. So your work really is international in nature, and nature itself is the inspiration. Am I correct?
Totally, totally. Because what isn't natural? It's all natural. Even if we manipulate and play with it, there's still a natural source, no matter what it is. And if we take a look at the atoms, the protons, electrons, and how things are just swimming around and just flying around at distances really far from each other, but there is still an organic energy happening there that's keeping them together. And that to me is natural. It's all natural. It depends on the way I want to see it. Now, if I want to see things as man-made, as being a construct of a not goodness or something that we shouldn't get involved with, I have to think, you know what, there are things out there that are tools, but when I am a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
You know, you were talking about it's all natural, and something came to mind. Once upon a time, there was a thing called the Venus Project. And the Venus Project was in taking technology and using it for the betterment of mankind.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
And while you were talking about it's all natural, I think even technology is an evolutionary process from what is natural. Don't you agree?
Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree that technology is meant for a reason. But what is it that I do with it is the whole thing for me. What is it that I really want to do with it? How do I want to use this tool? Yeah. Do I get involved with it where the tool is my new reality? Or do I get involved with it that I use it for the betterment of myself and other people? And there's a difference there. In other words, when I change my perspective, I change my life. I change everything from the way I look at it. But it all depends on how I want to look at it. Now, that doesn't mean that people that use computers or iPhones or whatever as a substance to feel good is bad, because it's not bad. But I got to ask the question, is it effectual? Is it ineffective or effective? And what is the main goal? When I leave here off this planet, what is it that I wanted to do? And what is it that I wanted to leave as an impact? Is there an impact that I can leave? And is it a positive one? I mean, I'm ready to go at any day.